Daiki's shoes dangled from the flagpole. Below, Erica's laugh sliced through the afternoon air as her followers shrieked in amusement.
Who needs shoes when you've got a face like that? Say cheese, Daiki. You're about to go viral?
Every day, some new shame. And every day, I just take it.
He found the note hours later when the hallways had emptied and the sting had dulled to a familiar ache. The paper was cheap, the words careful. "You're not alone. I see you. Don't give up."
Someone actually wrote this? For me?
From the stairwell, a pair of eyes had watched the entire humiliation. Dark hair, a hairpin, an expression no one would notice. The girl slipped away without a sound. She left no trace, except perhaps the note now clutched in Daiki's hand.
I don't understand. Who would risk Erica's wrath for a nobody like me?
But within a day, another note would appear. And then another. Someone was watching. Someone was waiting. The notes multiplied. Each one bore the same careful handwriting, the same refusal to sign a name. Daiki's unease sharpened into resolve. He didn't have to wait long. The next afternoon, as the halls emptied, a figure crept toward his locker. Dark hair, a hairpin, the same shadowed glance. A slender hand slid a folded white note through the metal slot. But this time, Daiki was already there, stepping out from behind the corner.
You? You're the one who's been leaving these.
I can explain. Please don't be angry. I just wanted to help. My name is Mayu. I'm Erica's sister.
Erica's sister? This has to be some kind of trap.
I know what she does to you. I see the posts, the laughter. It's wrong. I couldn't stay silent anymore.
Minutes later, they sat on a secluded bench behind the school gym, a forgotten corner where no one from either of their worlds would think to look.
If we do this, if we keep talking, it stays between us. No one can know. Especially not her.
Weeks blurred. The secret notes became secret smiles and whispered conversations in the shadow of the gym. But secrets have a way of slipping into the open. Erica spotted them from the end of the hall, her sister laughing with the boy she had tormented for years. That night, in the bedroom they shared, the air crackled before either spoke.
You need to stop hurting Daiki. What do you care about that loser? He's not a loser. And I won't watch you destroy someone because you're bored.
Erica's mind reeled. Why would her quiet little sister defend him? And why did the thought make her chest tighten? Alone in his room, Daiki read Mayu's latest note. He didn't know what had changed, but the weight on his shoulders felt lighter.
I never had anyone in my corner before.
The next day, Erica's taunts came half-hearted, her laughter trailing off when she caught his eye. Something was shifting, and none of them understood it yet. The next morning, Daiki found Erica by his desk, not with a jeer, but holding his shoes.
You left these on the roof. Don't get the wrong idea, I just didn't want to trip over them.
Daiki took them, his fingers brushing hers, a touch neither acknowledged but neither pulled away from. Later, under the earliest cherry blossoms of the year, Daiki and Mayu sat closer than they ever had.
When I'm with you, I don't have to pretend to be someone I'm not.
Same here. You're the only good thing that's happened to me in this place.
From the second-floor window, Erica watched the two silhouettes beneath the pink petals. Her nails dug into the sill. It wasn't sadness that twisted her stomach, it was a feeling she'd never named before. But as Mayu leaned her head against Daiki's shoulder, a small, knowing smile played on her lips. She didn't say it aloud, but her expression held a secret that had nothing to do with love. 2 days later, Erica appeared at Daiki's locker. A pair of shoes dangled from her fingers, his shoes.
I found them in the lost and found. You can have them back.
Keep them. I don't want anything from you.
Erica's outstretched hand trembled. In 2 years of torment, she'd never seen his eyes so cold. She watched him walk away, the shoes falling to the floor between them. Later, in a shadowed alcove, Mayu pulled Daiki aside, her voice a fierce whisper.
I know you want to believe she's changing, but it's all a performance. She'll draw you in and then destroy you. I've seen it before.
Mayu's the only one who's ever been honest with me. I won't give Erica another chance to hurt me.
In the empty corridor, Erica stood alone, fists clenched so hard her nails cut skin. The shoes lay at her feet, and a single question echoed. Why did it hurt so much? The cherry tree now stood in full bloom. Beneath the pink canopy, Daiki found Mayu waiting, their bench a sanctuary from the world.
I can't keep pretending. When I'm not with you, it's like the world goes gray. I've fallen for you, Mayu.
I already fell. Maybe I fell the day I first saw you, when I couldn't keep looking away.
Their fingers intertwined, neither sure who reached first, a silent promise sealed among falling petals.
We have to keep this between us. If Erica finds out, she'll try to tear us apart. I know her.
That night, a tagged photo surfaced on social media, Daiki and Mayu under the blossoms, faces close, obvious to anyone who looked.
No, they're together. My own sister. And him.
The phone slumped onto the bed. Erica's hands flew to her mouth, but the sob escaped anyway.
That could have been me. Why did I push him away? Why did I mock him instead of just telling him?
Curled into herself, Erica wept for everything she'd done and for the quiet love she'd crushed long before it could bloom. The tears on Erica's pillow dried into a hardened resolve. That night, she didn't knock when she threw open the bedroom door.
You knew how I felt about him, and you went behind my back. My own sister. You never liked Daiki. You just liked the idea of owning another thing that wasn't yours.
Mayu didn't flinch. Her voice was steady, but her eyes held years of something far darker than anger.
Do you remember 3rd grade? You told everyone I had bugs in my hair. I lost my only friend that day.
A younger Mayu had stood alone on the playground, watching a small hand slip out of hers forever.
Every friend I made, you stole. So when you tormented Daiki, I saw my chance this time I'd take something from you. You planned this? You're using him just to get back at me? I started that way, but it's real now. And you will not touch him again.
Erica stood amidst the wreckage of their words, realizing too late that her cruelty had shaped a weapon, one now aimed at her own heart. Daiki came to pick Mayu up for a walk. A cold voice through the door stopped his hand.
He's mine now. She knows it. And the best part, he'd never believe her side of the story.
Daiki's pulse slowed. That wasn't the girl who left notes in his locker.
What is she talking about? Who was she even speaking to?
The door swung open. Mayu's smile was already in place, as if the venom had never existed.
I just got here. Were you on the phone? I thought I heard voices.
Just a spat with Erica. She's jealous, you know. It's over now. She won't bother us again.
Daiki searched her face for the echo of that other voice, but found only warmth.
Maybe I imagined it. I want so badly for this to be real.
She reached for his hand. The warmth was so convincing that the splinter of doubt sank back under his skin. That night, Daiki sat alone in his room. The silence gave shape to every half-heard word, every glance that now felt like a clue.
She said she first noticed me during one of Erica's posts. But the first note arrived the same day as the shoe incident, too fast to be coincidence.
He replayed that afternoon, his locker opening, the folded white slip, and now, in his mind's eye, a shadow lingered near the stairwell.
Had she been watching before? Was I chosen, not saved?
Across town, Erica's world was folding in. A leaked screenshot of her old posts triggered a cascade. Friends unfriended. Group chats fell silent. She sat in a classroom after hours, head down. The same phone that once broadcast cruelty, now a silent mirror of her isolation. Daiki, wandering the empty halls to clear his head, passed that classroom. He stopped.
I should hate her. After everything, why do I feel sorry for her?
Erica didn't see him. She wouldn't look up from her arms, and that, perhaps, was the cruelest thing of all. She'd never looked up when it mattered. He walked away, but the image followed him. A girl broken by the same loneliness she'd inflicted so easily on others. The next afternoon, Daiki found Mayu on their bench, the sky smeared with orange.
I can't keep doubting us. Let's make this real Saturday. Arista Cafe. My girlfriend. Officially.
Behind the gymnasium wall, Erica froze. She'd come to talk, but heard everything.
Yes, I've been waiting for you to ask.
She threw her arms around him, joy almost knocking him off the bench. The doubts quieted.
A public date? At Arista? I have to tell him before Mayu seals the lie.
She pressed against the brick, heart hammering, the last chance to unravel her sister's scheme. That Saturday, the Arista Cafe glowed with string lights, a quiet romance about to shatter. Erica stood before her mirror, mascara smeared, eyes hard with desperate purpose. She wouldn't knock this time. She pushed open the door. The cafe lay 3 blocks away, and she was done being silent.
I can't believe we're out in the open. No more secrets. It feels like a dream.
A real dream. I'm done hiding.
The door slammed against the wall. Every head turned. Erica stood there, chest heaving, mascara streaked like charcoal.
Daiki, I'm begging you. Listen to me. Just this once. I know I ruined everything. For 2 years I made you suffer. But it was because I couldn't admit I wanted you to see me.
You had 2 years to find a different way. I'm done listening.
Erica's outstretched hand fell like a broken bird. The tears pattered onto the floor. At the table, Mayu leaned back. Her index finger traced the rim of her cup. Slow, satisfied. Erica stumbled backward. Every face in the cafe watched her crumble except Daiki's, which had already turned away. Daiki squeezed Mayu's hand, certain he had finally won. He didn't see the wolf's smile curling on her lips. The cafe door swung shut on Erica's sobs. In the sudden hush, Daiki's victory curdled into something he couldn't name.
Finally, she knows how it feels.
What? What did you just say?
Nothing. I just meant she deserved to see we're happy, that's all.
No. That wasn't relief. You were savoring her pain.
Mayu's smile flickered. For a heartbeat, the careful softness vanished, replaced by something older and sharper.
Fine. The truth is, when I first left that note, I only wanted to get back at her. But then I really fell for you.
In that instant, the warmth of every note, every smile, every touch rewrote itself into a blueprint of revenge.
I wasn't saved. I was targeted. Chosen because I'd be grateful enough to believe anything.
She reached for him, but the space between them had already frozen solid. Their first public date ended not in a kiss, but with the shatter of a lie. The next morning, Daiki sent a single message. "We need to talk now." Mayu's reply came immediately. "Okay, our bench."
I need to hear the whole truth. From the beginning. What exactly did you plan?
I followed you for weeks. I watched Erica torment you, and I saw my chance. I knew you'd be easy to reach, lonely, desperate for kindness. The notes were just step 1. I memorized your schedule. I made sure I'd be there when you were most broken.
She fumbled in her bag and pulled out a small diary. The pages were filled with neat handwriting, charts, and a circled photo of Daiki labeled Target.
You kept a playbook? So every moment, the bench, the smiles, was scripted?
It was at first. But I swear, somewhere along the way, it stopped being a game. I really did fall for you. I'm begging you to believe that.
I don't know you at all. The girl I loved never existed.
He stood up and she didn't try to stop him. The diary slipped from her hands, pages scattering on the ground. Daiki walked, and for the first time the bench behind the gym held only him, alone with a truth that felt colder than any winter. Daiki locked his door. His phone screen scrolled through a gallery of smiles that now felt like evidence.
That was the day we first laughed together. I thought it was luck. She was already there.
He deleted the picture. The next one showed her waiting at a park corner, 10 minutes before he'd arrived. A flashback solidified. The day he dropped his sketchbook. Mayu was across the street for 10 minutes before she happened to appear.
Every moment was staged. I let it become my entire world.
His phone buzzed violently. Mayu's name appeared, message after message, stacking like a scream. One message caught his eye. "I know I started wrong, but you taught me what love is, please."
I can't reply. I don't even know what I'd say. The words won't form.
He rose and walked. The school hallway yawned empty, moonlight on cold linoleum. Daiki sank against the wall, pulse loud, the weight of a lie pressing his ribs. Footsteps broke the silence. Erica appeared at the end of the hall. No mascara, no shield of cruelty, just a girl holding her own guilt.
I'm not here to beg. I just need you to know. The things I did weren't because I hated you. They were because I hated that I couldn't stop thinking about you.
Daiki's back pressed harder against the wall. He listened in stillness. A memory surfaced, one of the days she'd thrown his bag out the window. But this time he noticed her eyes after the laughter. A flicker of something trapped.
I know about Mayu's plan now. I heard her. She turned you into a weapon in a war I started. I'm so sorry you got caught in it.
For a long moment, neither spoke. The fluorescent light hummed.
I don't know how to process this. 2 years of pain, and now I'm standing in the wreckage of everyone's secrets.
I don't expect you to believe me. I just couldn't let you carry the lie without knowing the truth, even the ugly parts.
Daiki pushed himself off the wall. His voice was quiet but steady.
Thank you for telling me, but I need time. I can't offer anything else right now.
2 days later, Daiki sat in a near-empty classroom with the only person who had never picked a side.
I can't stay here. Every hallway is a memory of them, both of them. I need to transfer.
The reply came without hesitation, a quiet voice telling him that leaving isn't weakness when the ground is poisoned. A hand landed on Daiki's shoulder, a brief, firm grip that needed no words.
I've been trying to survive a war I never chose. Maybe walking away is the only victory left.
The hallway stretched out before him, long and empty, as Daiki walked with a new kind of quiet.
I'll start the paperwork tomorrow. A new school. A new start.
For the first time in months, the weight in his chest shifted, not gone, but bearable.
I'm done being a pawn. Whatever comes next, it'll be my choice.
He didn't look back. For once, the only direction that mattered was forward. That night, Daiki sat alone in his room and opened his chat with Mayu. The cursor blinked, waiting for words that would end everything.
I can't heal if I'm tethered to the person who broke me. This has to be the last message.
He typed carefully. I need to move on alone. Please don't contact me. Then he pressed send. Mayu's phone lit up. She snatched it, eyes scanning. The screen blurred as her hands began to shake.
No. Please, just answer. I'll fix everything. I swear. Don't leave me like this.
Frantically, she scrolled to Erika's number. When the line clicked, grief burst into fury.
It's all your fault. If you'd never tormented him, he'd still be mine. You destroy everyone.
Erika held the phone to her ear and closed her eyes. She took every screamed syllable like a penance ode.
She's right. I started all of this. I deserve every ounce of it.
When the call ended, she lowered the phone. A single tear slid down her cheek, as heavy as the guilt she'd carried alone. Despite the "don't contact me" message, Daiki agreed to one last meeting. The park stretched empty under a low gray sky, a place where endings didn't feel out of place. Mayu was already on the bench. Her fingers knotted together. She looked up with eyes that had been crying for hours.
I came to give us a proper goodbye, not a second chance.
You can't mean that. I know I messed up, but my feelings for you are real now. Please, I'll do anything.
This isn't about whether you love me. It's about how it started. You chose me as a weapon.
He gently took hold of her wrist, not cruelly, but with a clarity that left no room for argument.
I loved the girl in the notes, the one who held my hand and believed in me, but I don't know you. The real you kept a diary with my name circled like a problem to solve.
He let go of her hand and turned away. Her sobs followed him until the wind swallowed them. Daiki didn't look back. For the first time, his path belonged only to him. Weeks blurred into months. Somewhere across town, Mayu still crumpled on the floor on hard nights, but Daiki had stopped looking back. In his own room, cardboard boxes swallowed the walls, a life compartmentalized and sealed with packing tape.
Soon, everything here will be someone else's history. Mine starts tomorrow.
He stepped outside to toss the last trash bag. Across the street, a familiar figure stood still. Erika didn't approach. She just lifted her chin, offered the smallest, saddest smile, and held it for a breath.
No words, no tears, just an understanding that we've both been broken by this.
She turned first. Her footsteps were slow, deliberate, and didn't pause. The distance between them stayed unbreached. Back inside, Daiki sat at his cleared desk. A single form waited, the final signature between him and a new city.
I can't take anyone with me. Not as a grudge, not as a hope, just me.
He signed. The ink dried quickly, but the quiet in his chest told him the hardest part was already over. A new spring arrived. Cherry blossoms dusted the unfamiliar gate of Daiki's new school, an echo of a past he'd chosen to leave behind. He found a letter in his locker, no return address, but he recognized the careful handwriting before unfolding it.
She sent it here. She found my new school.
The letter began. I know you asked for space, and I'm trying. I started counseling. I'm not asking for a reply. Just, I'm sorry.
She's getting help. That's more than I expected.
The rest of the page held nothing but honesty, no manipulation, no pleas, just a name signed at the bottom.
I'm not ready to forgive, but I don't want to hold on to the pain anymore either.
He folded the paper once, twice, and slipped it into his pocket, not discarded but not displayed. He stood by a window, watching cherry petals drift in the afternoon light. The letter rested in his pocket, quiet and unread.
Maybe one day I'll write back. Not for her sake, but for mine. For now, that's enough.
Later, in his new room, Daiki found a small box of things he'd almost forgotten. At the bottom lay a hairpin, Mayu's hairpin.
She gave me this the day we first held hands. I kept it in my pocket for weeks.
A memory surfaced. Cherry blossoms overhead, her head on his shoulder, a laugh that felt unbreakable. Now he could see it clearly. The joy had been real for him, and that, no scheme could erase.
That day wasn't a lie. It was a borrowed happiness, but I don't need to hold on to the debt.
He walked to the bin, thought about ceremony, then simply opened his fingers.
I'll keep the lesson, not the weight.
The faint clatter echoed once, then settled into the silence of a room that was finally his. Outside, the cherry blossoms kept falling, and inside, Daiki let himself smile. The war ended not with a scream, but with a quiet room and a boy who learned that moving on doesn't mean forgetting. Daiki stood at the window of his new classroom. Beyond the glass, the sky was a pale, endless blue. Below, students laughed in the courtyard, their noise a distant murmur. It didn't reach him. He had been chased by cruelty disguised as kindness, trapped in a war he never enlisted for. But the hands that once pulled him down had taught him to stand on his own. He had loved a girl who never existed. He had been hated by a girl who couldn't love herself. And he had walked away. The hardest lesson wasn't the betrayal. It was that not every hand offered in kindness is warm, but a hand that lets go can still heal. He no longer wished for the past to be different. He only wished to be present in the now, and that was enough. His bully begged for forgiveness, but he had already moved on, not with her sister, but with himself.